Hello everyone, welcome back to the Kerbal space program. In this episode I will be adding what will I be adding? Oh yeah, this space tanker onto my space station core. Hello? Ah, there we go. Yeah, because at the moment I've added obviously there's the core itself and there's the power source up there, the solar panels and stuff. So this time I'm going to try building and launching a module underneath it which will contain lots of fuel and RCS and also some nuclear engines just in case we need to move it. You know, so it can alter its orbit, etc. Which will also leave plenty of room for expansion for more fuel tanks and stuff, so that it will then be a functional fuel station, which is what we really need to do before we start adding sort of accessories to it, stuff that isn't strictly completely necessary but would be useful later on, such as the habitation module, extra habitation modules, universal landers, all that sort of stuff that will be added via poles on the outside of these docking ports here. So you'll have all the fuel underneath and all the habitation stuff up here, and then all the power stuff and instruments up here. That's the plan anyway. Over there, that's the docking port collector debris that I need to go and get, and I think that the docking port collector itself is the one on the suborbital trajectory. Yeah, that'll go soon. So I've basically got to build a modified version of, where is it now? Scroll. Oh, there we go. Scroll is working. There we go. The standard fuel transport. I need to make a modified version of that. So basically, instead of having engines on the side here, it will have a towing section on the bottom, a bit like the ship I used to actually launch the space station core and the solar panel array and stuff, so that it doesn't leave any debris in space or any unnecessary parts. And the top will be modified to have a tricoupler on the top to attach it into place. So, but it will use practically the same rocket on the bottom. So, I sort of, in my head, I've thought of the rough design for this. Because of the nature of using tri-couplers with docking ports on them, triple docking I think it's called, that's just a phrase that's been coined, it is a little bit temperamental. You've got to get it fairly perfect when you dock. You have to be very, very precise with it, so it can sometimes take several attempts to actually dock correctly. So that all the docking ports dock, otherwise you'll just end up with one or two that have actually attached and the other one that hasn't. So, first things first, this is a module that will stay on the part, so I can sort of rearrange things if I want. It can be independently controlled if necessary, and also it just helps with piloting the thing into orbit and attaching it, etc. Right, so I need all the docking ports and obviously a ton of fuel. It will just be a standard fuel tanker sort of body. Doesn't really need any generators on it. That will be on the bottom section, and then it'll take its power from the main stage, because I think that the drone part does have some power in it. Yeah, it has some electric power. Enough for it to last about 3 minutes, I think that is, roughly. Which should be fine. And of course, not having its own power source that's actually attached to it would add an extra sense of peril. It'd be quite cool. Though I could always, because it'll have docking ports around the outside here, which I'll add now, for expansion purposes. That will enable me to add a power source onto it temporarily, like use a drone or something, sort of like a satellite or a drone, dock it to actually give it some more power if necessary. Because it's not necessary for all the extra parts and stuff needed for extra power. Yes, I need another section on the bottom. I have found sometimes with tri-couplers, if you do things upside down with them, I have a tri-coupler that way around and try and build something upside down. Things don't always attach properly. That's part of the reason why I'm adding a drone. Is it called a drone part? What's it called now? don't know what I'd just call it a drone anyway. You know, an unmanned probe thing. There, just to make the building it a lot easier and make sure that it all works, really. Just a little bit of unnecessary weight. Something else I'll add as well. That's quite cool. All the tanks have gone to the middle. Something else I'll add as well is, well, the part that will actually no, hang on. It is a fuel tanker, isn't it? So I could just have this as its own launch and docking vehicle. Because what I was going to add was a little stage at the bottom to tow it with. But that might not actually be necessary. Yeah, put stack decouplers and a part there, which might not attach properly. I'll have to just see. But I was gonna do that and then have a part at the bottom that towed it into position. But that might not, try that again. That might not actually be necessary if it's basically its own transport ship. Though I will need that anyway to launch it. Yeah, because I can just then refuel it once it's in orbit using a standard fuel tanker, and that will give me some practice. So I might want to add another RCS tank. Just because I will probably need one. Or two. And it's also just some extra RCS storage, because the rest are likely to be, the rest of the modules, which are probably just, you know, one on each of these ports, they'll just be standard fuel tankers, you know, these sorts of fuel tanks. They won't actually have RCS as well. Yeah, so I'll probably need to leave that in place. Obviously I'll have to add struts and stuff. Just hoping that'll attach properly. Otherwise I might have to build the rest of the rocket sort of radially. And I'm not sure how well that would work. Might work. Obviously these three engines aren't going to be hugely powerful, but they should do the job. As long as I do the orbital insertion burn nice and early. What am I looking for? Yes, another one of these. Actually, wait, stack decouplers in there as well. No. Just one of these should do it. And one of these with one of these on the end. Just to stop the engine from overheating, but without adding too much weight. And the radial engines as well. And that should be our ship. Just get the symmetry right. Huh. And I want the tri-couplers for efficiency. Yeah, and I don't want the gimbling engines on these ones. Otherwise I'll shake the ship to pieces. Because this one's already got gimbling, so that should do the job. And also I want the fins on the outside just to help it stabilize. Let's try that again. Help it stabilize is what I was trying to say, but completely failing. Ah, that's the thing. Yeah, that's why I was going to have a towing vehicle, because it needs SAS. I should be able to get away with not having SAS on it, because it is a very, very heavy ship. Give it a go. I'll have advanced SAS on this section. And then I want the fins. Where are the fins? Oh, there they are. On here. Sort of down there. And some extra fuel on the top of these. Oh, that might be too much actually. That is tall. And very weird with the top there. I think I'll actually use these. Oops. Like that. Yeah. Struts are in order. very much needed. Right, well, I'll add the launch stabilizers. I completely forgot what they were called just then. Oh, and I need to name it. SSCK24 main fuel tank. Yeah, call it that. Right, struts, space tape. Oh, don't know why that turned on. Yeah, I'll probably need groups of 3 on here. So sort of like that. Just to make it as stable as possible. Yeah, that's perfect. And on here. And finally on the top here. It's much easier to use triple docking with the tri-coupler for if there's going to be engines on one side, because it's much stronger. Just using one docking port would compress it far too much. Only a small amount of thrust would tear the ship to pieces. Whereas I think the 3 docking ports will keep the thing stable even at very high thrusts. I think with the mainsail engine you can even just throttle it up to 100% and it'll work. So that should be okay. I also need external fuel ducts, fuel lines in there. And I suppose I'll need to strut this as well, just for good measure. Starting from there, 1, 2, going to there. Like that. There we are. Perfect. I might need to strut this as well, but I'll see how it goes. But yeah, okay, that's our test ship. Let's see if it works. Oh, hang on a second. Let me just check the staging. All of that needs to be at the bottom there. Okay, that should be fine. Let's see if it can stand up without breaking. Ooh. Oh no, that's going over. What on earth happened? There you go, there's the problem. They're not actually attached. Which is kind of weird. The whole thing's very rigid apart from that. Yeah, you see, nothing's broken. Or perhaps they're just quite flimsy. As in, that needs to be strutted as well. Perhaps. Let's just try that before we have to completely resort to doing strange things. Oh, what happened? Let's try that again. Yeah, before we completely resort to making really weird looking rockets. Does that work? Oh no, okay, that's completely messed it up. I can't really strut that. Oh, I might be able to do that. No, I won't. Okay. That's not working either. Ah. Okay. This is a problem. You see, I wanted to build some mobility into this thing in case of emergency. And you'll see what I mean by in case of emergency much later on. But yeah, attaching engines to this thing is really tricky. Yeah, should I just not bother trying to attach engines to it? Should I just have that as a fuel section? Actually, that might even work better. Yeah, it might actually. That might actually be even better. Because if I... that's not attaching. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. I need a decoupler anyway. Let's put a stack decoupler on there. And an advanced SAS unit. Should I put a docking port on the bottom though? I might have to put a docking port on the bottom as well actually. But yeah, this could just be like the main tank, because I don't think it needs that much mobility just yet. I could always then literally reconfigure it by moving parts around or launching a special engine section up separately. Actually, if you've seen Harv's space fleet thing that he's building, that has the engines mounted radially. That might work. I could put a poodle engine on the bottom. That would work. One of these engines. It's not as efficient, but it is very efficient in its own right. That would do fine for basic mobility. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that. Oh. Yeah, hang on a second. Almost forgot about that. I need to put a Rockermax brand decoupler on there. And just attach that so that I can take this section away, get rid of that, put a full-sized advanced SAS module on it, and do that. Right, that should work. Yeah, don't bother with the really high efficiency engines. I can always like completely reconfigure, or even like build a starship onto the side of it. That would actually be amazing if I build a starship in orbit by docking bits of it to this, to the main space station. And then have the main space station as a sort of a holding place for the Kerbals and a refueling station, so I can fuel it all up and then put the Kerbals in it. That would actually be pretty cool. Okay, I'll do that. Oh, I didn't put the docking ports on it. I mean, not docking ports, I mean RCS ports. Thrusters. RCS thrusters. Right. Is that going to stand up? Yes, it's a tiny bit bouncy, but it's much better than it was. Right. First thing then, I'm going to put the centre of mass up and just take that away for a minute so I know where to put the RCS thrusters. So I'll put 4 of them really low down here, or maybe just a bit higher than that, and 4 of them slap bang in the... oh, hang on a second, I can't do that because it's a very heavy ship. I want to put them fairly close. I think these have to be up there. Now these docking ports, I could just put them like that. I don't see any harm in doing that. That'd be fine. And then these thrusters can go there. That should work. That should be fine. Right, let's put this back on. Whoops. Completely miss. Yeah, the lack of SAS is starting to worry me slightly. So I'm not sure how I'm going to pilot this thing. Unless I do put an SAS module on it. It's just that the main space station core does have an advanced SAS module, and I don't want the SAS systems to fight. Because I know that does happen. And if you put too many advanced SAS modules on, they end up trying to rip each other apart. That might end up being a bit of a problem. I think it would just make docking a bit of a challenge. Unless I actually put an advanced SAS module sort of on here or something that I can actually undock. What's the weight of them? 0.1. So I can actually have like an advanced SAS module there and then a battery on the other side and undock them and then have a ship collect them in orbit. Oops. There. Yeah, and then get rid of them and then have another ship come and collect them in orbit. Might work. Because I need to go and get that bit of docking port collector debris anyway. Yeah, I could actually. I probably need to put 2 docking ports on it though. If I put a docking port on... oh, hang on a second. Oh, no, like that. No, what? Hang on, what? No, that way. Yep, and that there. Right, okay. Got it that time. And one there, and one there. And then another one on the other side. That then has a battery. Oh wait, that's half the weight. Oh, and I could put 2 on. So I never run out of power while I'm docking. Like that. That will probably work. Should work. Should. I'll keep it at that anyway. I'll put lights on it as well, thinking about it. 4 lights. Oops, did I press C? Yes I did. Oh, and no, hang on. It's just that way. I think it was 1 down, wasn't it? I can always test it outside. I think that's perfectly level. That's it. Put some more on here. Like that. Yeah, that should work. Although they should be the other way around like that. So they actually illuminate the docking ports. Because it's the docking ports I want to illuminate, really. Not just the whole of the rest of it, just so that docking at night would be a lot easier. Because I can actually see what I'm doing. Probably some illuminators on here as well. No, there's not actually a lot of point in that. No, I'll leave it at that then. Otherwise I'm putting too many lights on. That is a little bit weird in its configuration though. Do I really need them? Dilemmas. I probably do. Okay, I'll save that. Is there anything else I need to add just to make absolutely certain? Absolutely sure. It should be good. Should be good. Okay, yeah, putting docking ports on either side of this means that I can jettison them and then actually daisy chain them together. So I can actually put like a docking port collector in orbit, dock it with that, undock that, spin it round to this one and dock it to this and then undock that section. So then I've got that attached to the docking port collector, and then I can go away and get the other bit of debris and bring that back. Should work. I hope. Let's try that anyway. Oh, hold on. Staging. Well, I'll test the lights first, because it is night time at the moment. Where's that sunlight coming from? Yeah. Oh, the moon. It's moonlight, I think. Okay, that's good. That illuminates the ports. Perfect. Okay, let's just end the... Oh, hang on a second. I didn't end the flight. Well, I'll end the flight when I've done this. So all of those engines and those are on there. Those are supposed to fire, then that should then go up there. Yeah, okay. Launch. Right, clear the launch pad and proceed. Let's hope that this works. This episode I want to try and get this thing into orbit, and it'll probably be next episode before I... Oh yeah. Yeah, probably be... Wait a minute, is that going to crash? Somewhere... Can't see anything. Yeah, next episode I'll probably then do it at the rendezvousing. If I get that far. Wait a minute, what? Oh, I see. Okay, fine. Fair enough. I'll just wait until the space station is overhead. Looks like it's going to be a night launch. Oh, hold on. Where is the docking port collector? Let's set that as a target and see if I can see it. Over on this side. What is that? Is that Minmus? I think that's Minmus. That glowing, sparkling thing there, because the moon's there and the sun is on the other side. That must be Minmus. Let's see if it is. It is! Hey, you can see Minmus from the launch pad. I did not realise that. Oh, it's, yeah, it's crashed. Which is good. Right, about there, I think. Should be fine. So, SAS on, resources up, throttle up. I didn't put any generators on here, but at least the engines generate power. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoa. Oh, did something just break? Something just broke. Oh, that's not good. That just broke. I think I need some struts. Can I escape? Oh, yeah. Okay, that didn't work. Oh, and I will make sure to read the thing that tells me exactly what went wrong as well this time, because if I know some of you were shouting at me for not doing that before, it's just a force of habit. Because I'm so used to flying ships that I know will work. Normally it's just me being a bad pilot when things go wrong, so I have a habit of just skipping past that now. Just watch the explosion. Ooh. Oh, and there's bits left. There's so much debris I'm leaving around the launch pad. What happened? The Advanced SAS module. And the Rockomax Brandy coupler. Right. That is there. I need to strut that. Okay. I'll strut that then. And try and put as many struts on as possible. Whoops. There we are. There we are. Whoa, what the hell? Okay, fine, I'll add 4. There we go. That might work, but, okay, well, this episode is already about half an hour, so, subscribe for the next episode where I'll try launching this again, and trying to make sure that it gets into space this time, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.